Hi everyone, this is Headphone Candy with another tip on how to get good at guitar fast. As some of you might know, I've been playing guitar for over 40 years, even though I know I only look like I'm 17 or something. But and there's been a lot of things that have helped me out over the years. But one thing that really helped me out was figuring out what pick I wanted to use. That sounds like something simple. There's a million different picks. There's a million different ways you can even play without a pick, right? But figuring this out can really help you accelerate quickly. And we were just talking today because this little silly pick here, which is made by Edge Pick Boy, 0.60 millimeter, in case you want to know. I discovered these in the late 90s and became really into them and used them for all my shows for several years. And then they mysteriously became unobtainium, as we like to say in the music business, unavailable. And so I had a stash that I bought before that happened, and I slowly would lose them and misplace them. And I was very resistant to another quick tip that a friend of mine, Mike Diezik, in case you're watching, he had told me he used to come over my house and put my picks in my guitar like that. I didn't like that because I would pick up the guitar and go, and it would be all screwed up, and I'd be like, why is this screwed up? And I'd have to take the pick out, right? Of course, I put it in there really good. So I didn't like that for years and years and years, and because I was like, oh, I know more than him, so I don't need to listen to him. But then I realized, oh no, actually it's a good idea, because then you always know where your pick is. And as I had less and less of these picks and kept losing them, or the edges get so serrated that you can't use them after a while, I was getting stressed out because I was like, what am I going to do without this? It's like crack, this pick, right? And so eventually they did start remaking them, and now I have a big stash here somewhere, right here actually, as I make a giant mess. Big stash. So eventually they came back, right? It just has a certain timbre to it that for me and my feel and my ears and my hands, holding the pick in my hands, feels right to me. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be right for you. It might be terrible to you. It doesn't matter. You need to try every single pick that you can get your hands on as many different guitars as you can get your hands on, and whittle it down to what feels best for you. Because if your right hand feels good, that's everything. The left hand stuff, you're going to learn all these different chords, all these different things. But your right hand needs to feel comfortable. You need to not have to think about it. And a huge way to do that is to get the right pick. But what was funny today is I always know when somebody has used my guitar, because I go to grab the guitar and I have 20-something guitars because I'm a weirdo like that. And I'll grab the guitar and the pick won't be in it. And I know it's because somebody did the same thing I used to do. They grabbed the guitar, played a chord. It sounded totally, well, not that that sounds terrible, but it sounded kind of weird, not full, and then they're like, oh, the pick's still in there. And then they take the pick and they throw it somewhere. And then maybe eventually I find a pick somewhere laying around 6 months later. So that's my pick for my acoustic guitar. But there's all the different picks have different sounds. On electric guitar, I use a green Dunlop 88, right? So see how that's fuller sounding? I don't know if you can hear that in the video, but it's bassier. It takes longer to drag across the strings. It's bigger, much bigger. So I don't like that for acoustic guitar, because I don't want to, I'm not going to dig in as much on acoustic guitar. I'm not as much of a chicken picker player. But so for me, it's this. And here's the other thing, the other tip I want to tell you about picks. Not that there's not a whole world of tips, but so what I like about this pick in particular is that when I play it with this top edge, this top part, that pointy edge, triangle point, it sounds brighter. So it gives me a brighter sound. And then I rotate the pick 45 degrees, and now it gives me a darker sound, a little more bass, a little less high end. So I will literally be playing it like a little darker. And then maybe another section of the song comes up, and I just rotate the pick. I don't know if you saw that, but if I want to do more arpeggiated like that. Right, so it's brighter. So that's what you want to do. You want to just figure out your pick. Doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter if no one else likes your pick. If you like it, that'll help accelerate your playing really quickly, because it's going to just take away some of the stress you feel mentally about your right hand. And guitar is all about getting out of your mind, out of your technique, and into channeling yourself and what you want to express as a person and as an artist. So please like and subscribe, and make a comment. I'll be happy to comment and reply to any of your comments. And that's just one way to accelerate your playing. Figure out what pick is right for you. Thanks for watching.